Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber Internet, streaming TV, home security and automation in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. MALLOR GRODNER Attorneys providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis. LawMG.com. IU Alumni Association connecting IU's network of alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships, advocacy, and volunteerism. Alumni.iu.edu. IU Center for Rural Engagement extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. Rural.indiana.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Coming up on Indiana Newsdesk, the coronavirus could have a long-lasting effect on young people who are trying to get an internship or their first job.
Be creative in how they're doing it, be flexible, recognizing I may not get my dream job right away.
Ahead, the challenges of entering the workforce during a pandemic. Fears about coronavirus spread are leading many Hoosiers to avoid the doctor's office, and providers are trying to adjust.
This was all things we had on our strategic plan for the next 2 to 3 years, and we did it in 2 weeks.
Coming up, how telemedicine is working to connect doctors and patients. And drive-in theaters are experiencing a comeback amid the coronavirus pandemic. Those stories and much more right now on Indiana Newsdesk.
Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. Indiana's contact tracing call center went live this week. All Hoosiers who test positive for COVID-19 will get an email and text asking them to contact the call center. Staff interview positive patients to find out who they've been around and to trace the spread of the virus. All the information they gather is then passed on to the local health department. State Health Commissioner Dr. Chris Box calls contact tracing a critical part of fighting the ongoing pandemic. She says the call center has already contacted hundreds of people.
No, we do not call an individual and say, hey, you were exposed to Mike Smith on Saturday at the wedding, and we think you could have, COVID-19.
Those who have been around someone who tests positive are told they have to quarantine for 14 days. Meanwhile, results released this week from a statewide study show an estimated 186,000 Hoosiers have or had COVID-19. The Fairbanks school tested more than 4,600 people around the end of April, randomly sampled to replicate the demographics of the state's population. And the prevalence of the disease was around 2.8%.
This finding strongly suggests that our social distancing policies played a critical role in curbing the spread of the virus and containing it to within households as opposed to within the community.
The state has now loosened most of those social distancing policies. The Fairbanks study also suggests nearly half of all Hoosiers who are positive for the virus don't show symptoms. Indiana's Republican Party is moving to a virtual convention. It'll feature speeches from each of the Republican candidates seeking the Attorney General nomination. Voting in that race will then take place by mail. Those ballots will be due by July 9th. Now, normally, candidates chosen at a convention square off in multiple rounds until one person earns a majority of the votes cast. Attorney General Curtis Hill is still seeking re-election even after the state Supreme Court suspended his law license this week for 30 days after it concluded he criminally battered 4 women in 2018. Governor Eric Holcomb has long called on Hill to resign. Tuesday, he asked the Indiana Supreme Court to clarify what Hill's law license suspension means for his future.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes today's press conference. And see what are the steps ahead. What do they look like?
The qualifications for Attorney General are only that the person must reside in the state and be duly licensed to practice law in Indiana. Holcomb wants the court to tell him whether Hill's 30-day license suspension means he's not eligible to serve as Attorney General. Hill's license will be reinstated just days before the GOP state convention. COVID-19's impact on medicine has well been documented, but the importance of telehealth has been augmented during the pandemic. Reporter Brock Turner shares how changing regulations and some local innovation has helped connect service to those who need it the most.
Good morning, Mrs. Fields. It's been a busy couple of months for people like Becky Sanders, the program director for the Upper Midwest Telehealth Resource Center. It's a group that provides resources for providers trying to implement telehealth in their service lines. Sanders says the policy and reimbursement for telehealth has rapidly shifted in recent weeks.
That is changing so rapidly. There at the end of March, beginning of April, it was changing almost on a daily basis. So it's finally starting to solidify and stabilize.
Those shifts have kept patients from traveling to their local doctor's offices. For the first time, Medicare and Medicaid patients can be seen virtually from their homes. Sanders says calls have come from large and small insurance companies and even primary care physicians.
The emails and the phone calls have just gone through the roof. It had been growing steadily over the past several years, but in the month of March, we did more technical assistance than we had the previous 6 months.
One provider that has been forced to dive headfirst into telemedicine is HealthLink. They're a community health center with 14 physical locations across northern Indiana. Beth Warble is the company's CEO and says adoption has had to occur quickly.
This was all things we had on our strategic plan for the next 2 to 3 years, and we did it in 2 weeks.
Telemedicine has helped providers from bleeding even more cash that comes from steep declines in patient visits. HealthLink usually sees about 14,000 patients every month, but only saw 8,000 in April. Warble believes telemedicine, even if it's unable to fully replace in-person care, is here to stay.
If I have to take telehealth away from the patients and our providers, there will be a mutiny, because it really does get people in. And at the same time, right now, especially as we start to open up more visits, people are still afraid to come in.
As patients begin to venture out to their doctor's offices, schools remain closed. One Indiana group that provides telehealth equipment to rural schools is working to redeploy that equipment to healthcare providers. Kathleen Chelminiak is the project director for the Indiana Rural Schools Clinic Network, which operates school-based telehealth services in 16 Indiana counties.
Once COVID-19 hit, we quickly realized that schools were not going to be a place for children to receive care because of the mandated order that schools were to close.
With schools closed, she and her team quickly worked to try and match the equipment with a local need. She says equipment from 15 schools are now being used in local ERs, nursing homes, and doctor's offices.
We've been able to kind of bridge the gap of these rural areas needing a means to do telehealth visits in their practices, and they didn't have equipment otherwise, other than this equipment that has been funded to be in schools.
And that's the kind of collaboration and ingenuity that all believe will help push medicine and the standard of care forward, even in these trying times. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Brock Turner.
The ongoing pandemic is putting many people in a crisis situation where they need money now to cover their basic expenses. Joining us now is Peter Dunn to talk about the best way to tap into your retirement funds if that's your only option right now. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. You know, we've always been told don't touch your retirement funds until you're retired, but this is a crazy time. So before people tap their 401ks, what should they do?
Well, you're right. Up is down and down is up right now. All the rules are being broken. We typically tell people to aggressively get out of debt, and we're not even telling them to do that these days. So to your point, retirement funds are usually left for the future, for the decades in which we don't have active income. The CARES Act allows someone to take up to $100,000 withdrawal or even a $100,000 loan against their 401k. But I'll tell you, this is one rule I still don't want people to break. If you absolutely have to, and it is your last bit of recourse, and you can't even go into consumer debt, then yeah, take a little bit out of your 401k and use it to survive. But it really does need to be the last ditched effort.
Some people could still be forced to dip into retirement savings. What's the best way, though, to get around that?
Well, you don't really to get around dipping into 401k and things.
Yeah.
Well, first off, going into consumer debt, oddly enough, in this time makes more sense than accessing your 401k. You will have to pay back your 401k within 2 years. You'll have to pay back the taxes, I should say, because you're still going to owe about 20% taxes on whatever you withdraw. And so it is better to simply just go into debt at a reasonable rate, whether it be a personal loan or a loan against some other consumer vehicle.
There's a provision in the CARES Act that you mentioned, called the Coronavirus Hardship Withdrawal. Does that give any additional options to people?
Other than make a withdrawal or take a loan, no, not really. And in fact, if you're going to do one of those, I would much rather you take a loan than to withdraw it, because at least with the loan, you can pay it back over time and you won't have the tax implications.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you on the show today.
My pleasure.
Coming up next on Indiana Newsdesk. Young people face an uncertain future in today's job market, how the pandemic is limiting options for college students and recent grads. And the resurgence of drive-in theaters, a safe alternative during the pandemic. These stories and more right here on Indiana Newsdesk.
The WTIU WFIU news team connects Indiana to the world. We bring you the top news of the day on radio, TV, and online. We round up the stories that have people talking each week and dig deep into the issues that affect your community the most. The WTIU WFIU news team is where you are and telling your story.
In a time of change, where can you find in-depth reporting and thoughtful analysis? Washington Week on PBS. Join moderator Robert Costa.
When I was at the Capitol this week, I encountered the same.
And a panel of award-winning journalists.
You're seeing a divided nation, and you're seeing.
For insights and perspective.
Tonight there was a key development in the
Senate. You won't find anywhere else.
What a week.
Washington Week.
Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. College students across the country are wrapping up another year of school, and some are unceremoniously finished for good. After having their final semester upended by the coronavirus, many young people now face one of the worst job markets in recent memory. Mitch Legan spoke to a pair of siblings who expected to spend their summer beefing up their resumes, and instead, they're home and facing an uncertain future.
2 months ago, Liam Kincaid had a job lined up in California. Now, he's home with his siblings, trying to kill time however he can.
Right now, on my end, I'm doing a little bit of research work for the university that I was doing prior, just kind of from home. But my goal is just, during this time, just try and focus on myself.
After graduating from Indiana University in December 2018, Liam was supposed to head to Los Angeles this spring, where the plan was for him to work for the Big Three, a professional 3-on-3 basketball league.
Here's McGetty. Come on, baby! Fade. Got it.
Liam's in the same situation as many college graduates and students who have had their plans put on hold by the coronavirus. That includes his siblings.
This is a biology major. A lot of my classes have lab components, and I also do research on campus. And those are two things that are not really possible to do remotely or online. And so having my professors trying to adjust for that has been really difficult.
That's Liam's younger sister, Franny. She spent the last 3 years or so doing ovarian cancer research at IU. But since in-person classes and undergraduate research have been halted, she won't have that opportunity to publish the data she's collected.
So I also had an internship lined up in Chicago to work at Northwestern School of Medicine, also doing cancer research, and then also working a little bit in their clinical trial lab that looks at, new drugs on patients. And so I was really excited, and I honestly don't know what the standing of that is.
The Kincaid kids illustrate a problem that's happening around the country. According to research from the job site Glassdoor, internship opportunities have dropped 52%. That leaves a lot of college students and recent grads in limbo.
Internships are the way to network and get your foot in the door. Last year, 57% of seniors who participated in an internship had a job offer upon graduation. That's 14% higher than those who didn't do one. At IU's Department of Biology, 2/3 of graduates find employment upon leaving school.
From a student standpoint, it's definitely like what's happening? Do I have a job? I'm not sure. Taking a look from the company side, though, they're trying to figure this all out as well. I mean, I think we all have to take a minute and step back and say this is impacting everybody globally at the exact same time. So it's not about the student. It's not about their skill sets or anything else. It's more about what's happening, how do we deal with it, how do we keep our current employees?
At Cook Medical, for example, that means furloughs and a 20% pay cut for salaried workers. At Indiana University, it's no raises this year. In service and hospitality sectors, a lot of people have been laid off. Cook says this is different than the 2008 recession because it hit almost all industries in some way.
In the sense of, are people being laid off and is it a tough market? Yeah, that's the same. But I do think looking forward, the students and people looking for jobs really should just be creative in how they're doing it, be flexible, recognizing I may not get my dream job right away, but maybe I can go build my skill sets out that I need to get that dream job.
That goes for the Kincaids too.
Right now, try to figure out what other skill sets will be valuable when I get into that sports role eventually. It's a great opportunity to do some extra training, whether that can be online or maybe take another class.
You know, people are actually losing their jobs, you know, their way of feeding their families themselves, you know, providing shelter, paying rent. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. I don't know. I mean, I'll survive. I'll get going.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Mitch Legan.
Lower energy use across the state and a temporary ban on disconnections could lead to higher energy bills for some Hoosiers down the road. Several Indiana utilities filed a petition with the state last week to allow them to defer costs from the pandemic and track them so they can recover that money from their customers at a later date. But the head of the consumer advocacy group, the Citizens Action Coalition, says Indiana residents shouldn't have to pay for lower energy sales.
Well, that's effectively saying, you know, here, we're going to send you a bill for a product you didn't buy.
Utilities say building closures due to the pandemic have driven down energy sales. At the same time, they're paying for more employee overtime and things like protective gear. And many have stopped disconnections and late fees to help out residents unemployed due to the pandemic. The governor's moratorium on disconnections runs through June 4th. While indoor movie theaters remain closed due to the pandemic, drive-ins continue to welcome customers. These outdoor theaters had their heyday in the 1950s, but as Kerma Schultz reports, they're attracting new customers who want to get out of the house, do something fun, and still avoid crowds.
Currently at the Centerbrook Drive-In Theater in Martinsville, the lot sits empty. However, this weekend, hundreds of cars will fill this land, anticipating some much-needed fun. Owner and operator Tyler Tharp says he's excited to welcome moviegoers and see people enjoying themselves once again. The theater normally opens in March, but since the pandemic, Tharp says the season was pushed back. While the theater can accommodate 550 cars, only 275 cars a night will be admitted while trying to practice safe distancing.
We're having everybody park every other space at the moment, and we're waiting to see how this pans out, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully by mid-July, when the new movies start coming out again, we hope to be at full capacity, but we're just going to play it by day to day or play it week to week.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Unfortunately, due to social distancing, going into the lobby to browse and buy popcorn, candy, and soda is no longer an option. The theater started a new procedure for snacks and drinks, and that includes closing off the concession stand. Tharp says it's working out well.
We're ordering outside, that we've made a makeshift window, and you can order outside on one entrance and go around to the other side to pick up.
Many people suggested he open in March because a drive-in theater was seemingly the perfect social distancing environment.
I was hearing all along when we were closed that, hey, this is the perfect social distancing spot, but I just was a little apprehensive to open because you still have to go to the restroom, and so that's why we limit one person at a time to the restrooms, and but I think it's important to get out.
The 6-week delay affected the theater's income substantially.
6 weeks, and I still have utilities that we pay every month, so and mowing started about a month before we opened, so that you know, it was really a good thing that we got to open last weekend.
He says he applied for the Paycheck Protection Loan through the government's Small Business Relief Package and was approved.
That started last week, and I have to use the funds by June, which is really going to be a big help. I think it most likely looks like it will cover May and June's payroll.
Tharp has a plan to make up for the financial loss caused by the delay in opening.
I'm going to try to go a little longer this year. We'll probably go through November. We usually close the first week in November, so we might go through November into December with Christmas movies, which I've always kind of wanted to do.
Tharp says their official opening date was last weekend, and it was probably his favorite weekend in the 6 years he has owned the theater.
It's great being here and seeing people, even if they're standing 6 feet apart, ordering from the concession window. It's just nice to see people out and about and enjoying themselves. And it's just the greatest feeling. I swear last weekend was probably one of my favorite weekends ever.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Kerma Schultz.
In nearly every state and in some municipalities, interpreters are getting lots of airtime during the COVID-19 pandemic, translating information from medical professionals and political leaders to the general public. Adam Pinsker spoke to the interpreter who has this job for the state of Indiana.
If you've watched any of Governor Eric Holcomb's daily press conferences, you've probably noticed a sign language interpreter on the upper right-hand side of your screen.
I've done like the State of the State address and legislative hearings and things like that, but also like state agencies that have deaf employees and they have like a staff meeting.
But since late March, Andy Rourke has been interpreting vital information from the governor and his cabinet to the hearing impaired across Indiana.
I get physically and emotionally and mentally tired from all that stuff. Going for an hour solid, it's kind of harder than it looks.
Years of preparation got Rourke to the point where he's able to endure signing during these marathon press conferences. Both his parents are deaf, so he learned how to sign at an early age.
When I was growing up, so there wasn't like access to professional interpreting at the time. So as children, more so my sister because she was older, but a lot of times we would have to go with my parents to different appointments or events and things like that to interpret for them.
Rourke says one of the biggest challenges is processing the information from the news conference in real time and turning it around into sign language.
And especially when you're doing numbers, because there's kind of a rhythm in the way you sign numbers and you don't want to like get ahead of yourself.
It's not an issue during the weekly press conferences, but out in public when people are wearing masks, it's harder for members of the deaf community to follow along in conversation. Rourke says that's because facial expressions are just as important as hand signals in sign language.
Adjectives and adverbs are like here in the mouth area, which will emphasize how much or how little, how big or how small.
But no matter what language you speak, the same recommendations apply.
Stay home, stay safe. Could you translate that into sign language?
And I just wanted to thank Andy. It may be a little uncomfortable, Andy, for you to be talking about yourself right now, but right back at you. He has done yeoman's work every single day to make sure that we are not just communicating, but connecting with folks with the information that they need to live safely through the day.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Adam Pinsker.
When Andy isn't interpreting for the state government, he usually signs for college classes and people's medical appointments. Well, as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to bring uncertainty to our lives and keep us socially isolated, one local 11-year-old wants to send a positive message to the community.
It's called Stand. I was a failure, complete a total disaster.
Music is a lifelong passion for Audrey Clampett. She's been taking piano lessons since kindergarten and has loved to sing as long as she can remember. She says she likes to use music and other creative outlets to connect with people and decided to write a song and put it to music during the pandemic to give people hope.
Because sometimes maybe a lot of people aren't good with words. Songs are really a way that you can connect with people and share a message with people.
The song she wrote about the pandemic is called Overcome.
Every day we're supposed to stay where we are. I know a way that'll make it seem less hard. I have a song for you. So that people can know that we can overcome this, we can do this together, because music is a really fun way to tell people something.
She's written lots of songs, but for Overcome, she and her dad decided to make a music video.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
The video shows Audrey visiting places in Bloomington that normally are full of people, but right now are empty. She says visiting those places made her miss doing things with her friends and family, but she's optimistic about what's to come.
Hope is really important at this time. It's okay to have too much hope. like a lot of hope, because you need that to get through this time, and if you don't have hope, it's just not the same.
Now, Audrey's writing a song about her family.
My songs don't necessarily have to be for the coronavirus, but this one, it's not necessarily for that, but it's like about my family, that I'm lucky to have a family that we can like be together through this time.
One day, Audrey plans to write a fantasy book, turn it into a musical, and then star and sing in it too. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Ben Taboutier.
And the Blue Angels saluted Hoosier workers on the front line of the pandemic this week. Here's what it looked like in case you missed it. The U.S. Navy later shared this video from inside the cockpit. The flight team took off from their home base in Pensacola, Florida. They flew over hospitals and other landmarks in 3 Midwestern cities: Indianapolis, Chicago, and Detroit. That's the end of this program, but our work continues online as we bring you new information about the coronavirus and more in Indiana 24/7. You can read our latest stories and headlines at WTIUnews.org. Stay safe. Have a great weekend.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by Smithville Fiber Internet, streaming TV, home security and automation in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. MALLOR GRODNER Attorneys, providing legal services to clients and the community. Understanding, expertise, results. Bloomington and Indianapolis. LawMG.com. IU Alumni Association, connecting IU's network of alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships, advocacy, and volunteerism. Alumni.iu.edu. IU Center for Rural Engagement, extending IU Bloomington resources to improve Hoosier lives in partnership with communities and organizations. Rural.indiana.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.